Well, welcome to Oracle TV here in Brussels at the Oracle Defense Tech Summit. I have the pleasure of being joined right now by Beth McGrath, who is the Global Leader for Government and Public Services at Deloitte. Beth, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, I want to talk about the important work that you're leading inside Deloitte. And, what that is Beth advises government and public sector organizations around the world with mission priorities, transformation, operations, technology, and workforce modernization. That is a mouthful. Did I miss anything?
And I hope not. It makes me tired just listening to that.
I'm tired just
Yeah,
saying it. But,
yeah.
when you think about that work that you're leading and the companies that you work with, what are some of the biggest problems that Deloitte is trying to solve?
I think I would start with governments around the world have a lot of technological debt. And so in this era of, AI and IT modernization, it has really become more apparent how, I'll just say how old some of the technology is. And so, and coupled with the organizations really want to move quickly. And so, really trying to get them to think through not just buy another technology solution, but really rethink how they use technology to enable the outcomes they want to achieve, be it from a military perspective, operationally, or from a human capital perspective, how are they thinking about their workforce, especially with agentic. And so it's really a multitude sort of across the entire ecosystem of government, from mission, if you will, to enabling areas.
So let's think a little bit more about old technology. Modern defense depends more and more on trusted data, connected ecosystems. So what does it take to move from the legacy systems to an organization that is mission ready?
Yeah, first, I think it takes a different mindset. And I spent 25 years working for the U.S. Department of Defense, and culture is runs deep. And I think that's true for any organization. But I think to really change the legacy technology, you have to actually want to do it, and you have to culturally think differently. We heard some of the speakers today talk about, really using AI as a tool for transformation, as opposed to, sort of at the modest edge, accelerating a process or something like that. And so I think it really is culture to start with, and then certainly fiscal responsibility and having the budget to do some of these things is really important. But then actually having a clear set of objectives that the organization wants to achieve. And I think that will then be the driver of, actually achieving things if everyone is aligned to the objectives that they're aiming for.
So when you think about those organizations now, let's talk about leadership. The leaders need to be able to innovate quickly, but they also need to do that while maintaining security, trust, operational readiness. So how do they balance all those priorities?
Yeah, and I would say it's not a sort of a choice, one or the other. It's how do you integrate them so you've got interoperability by design. I mean, we've been talking about secure by design, now zero trust, for quite some time now. But then again, tying that not in together with the entire objective that you want to achieve, as opposed to saying, oh, I need it sovereign, and I need it secure, and I need it interoperable. It's done in a much more comprehensive way, so that the objective that you achieve has those things built in.
Right. And so Oracle and Deloitte have had a long-standing partnership. So what makes that collaboration so relevant to the defense community right now, or ecosystem, I should say?
Yeah, I would say first, I think both organizations have really good people, and
Yes, they do. I agree with that.
yeah, here we go. We can agree with each other. But also, I'd say, Oracle brings to the table both the infrastructure and the applications, and really the technological know-how in terms of how all these things fit together, aligned to, sovereign, secure, interoperable. And Deloitte has a lot of, I'll call it sector-based experience. I mean, as I mentioned, I've spent forever in the U.S. Department of Defense, so I have very deep sector expertise, coupled with Oracle partners in terms of their knowledge on the technology and the applications and how to use them to achieve the objectives. I think it's an incredibly powerful team.
So, when you're looking ahead at the innovation that's going to happen across defense, what are you most excited about?
I think the really optimizing AI and, part of the panel today, many of the panels talk about, artificial intelligence and how are we going to use that. And it's the mountains and mountains and mountains of data that every government around the world has. I think AI coupled with good, cloud infrastructure enables organizations to actually move forward, use the data that they have
Right.
from either a financial perspective or an operational, in the field. And so I really feel that helping governments around the world really optimize and implement AI as part of their ethos, I think is incredibly exciting.
I do too. I agree with you on that. And Beth, thank you so much for spending time talking about the work that you're leading for Deloitte and across the defense ecosystem.